Specifics of business. Most importantly, the distribution of medicines is an activity that is always licensed. But if you plan to provide only a courier service, you do not need to get permission. It is enough to sign a formal cooperation agreement with large pharmacies operating online. Other subtleties of selling medicines with delivery as a business. It is important to control the shelf life of tablets, ampules, since the distribution of expired products entails criminal liability. A number of medicines require special storage and delivery conditions, which is important for the courier to take into account. The niche is developing rapidly, largely thanks to large courier services, so you need to immediately think over a unique trade offer. Analysis of competition in the niche. Delivery of medicines is a young and heterogeneous line of business. In some regions, the market has already been formed, somewhere the niche is completely empty. To get an idea of the situation in your area, study popular resources for online ordering medicines, find out if the delivery service is connected. Analyze which courier services work with large networks. Make a list of institutions that do not yet provide the possibility of online orders, delivery of orders under the door. They need to offer their services in the first place. Obtaining permission. Let's repeat. Home delivery of over-the-counter medicines is a business that does not require licensing. All you need is to get a document confirming that you are a representative of a pharmacy company. It's another matter if you plan to sell pharmacy drugs yourself. In this case, you need to get license to conduct pharmaceutical activities, permission from the Federal Service for Supervision of Healthcare. It is also important to organize a warehouse for storing products. The premises must meet the requirements of SANPIN, fire inspection. Refrigerators will be required to store certain categories of medicines. Creating a website or application. The business plan of the drug delivery service necessarily includes a section on creating a website and/or mobile application. These are the main sales platforms. Do not save on the development of the resource. It should be convenient and easy to use, work correctly and, of course, have an attractive design. When offering medicines with delivery, comply with the legal requirements for such business resources. Place in the description of the goods the full text of the instructions approved by the Ministry of Health. Provide information about the shelf life, rules for storing the drug. Describe in detail the working conditions of couriers. Prescribe the payment rules in detail. Important, do not forget to remind customers on each page that medicines are non-refundable. This way you will avoid many disputes with customers. Fulfillment of customer orders. Pharmaceutical education is not necessary for a courier, so it will not be difficult for you to find staff. Provide suppliers with special thermal bags to maintain the correct temperature of the goods. Also, before organizing the sale of medicines with delivery and tearing off the business, think about transport. Ideally, you should provide employees with bicycles, electric scooters or cars. And in order for as many people as possible to know about you, use bright branded stickers on transport. What goods can be ordered remotely? Law No. 105(f)(z) allows pharmacy chains to sell only over-the-counter drugs remotely. The idea of selling prescription pills is still being discussed by lawmakers. Simultaneously with medicines, pharmacies can sell dietary supplements, herbal teas, cosmetics with the help of the courier service. Delivery of medicines at home. Is such a pharmaceutical business profitable? Estimated costs for launching the project in rubles. Registration 10,000. Office rent, parking 20,000. Purchase of furniture, office equipment 135,000. Bicycles 15 PCs, 150,000. Scooters 5 PCs, 200,000. Offline, online advertising 180,000. The total cost reaches 850,000 rubles. In addition, funds will be required to develop an internet resource if you are creating your own pharmacy. That's still plus 200,000 rubles. Every month, the drug delivery service can bring its owners up to 170,000 rubles of net income. Thus, after 6 months you will fully recoup your investments. How to start a business in the production of canned food. First of all, study the market. What competitors work in the region, what they produce, what technologies they use. What products are presented in local stores, supermarkets, the ratio of imports to local goods. What fresh products are available for purchase and processing, cereals, vegetables, meat, fish. By analyzing the market of local business on canned food, you will be able to understand how strong competition is and what is more profitable to produce specifically for you. It is also important to identify products that are not on the market or arrive with shortages. By releasing them, you will quickly set up sales. Product range and purchased raw materials. You can produce canned vegetables, canned salads, children's purees, ketchup, juices. Canned meat, stew, tourist breakfast, pates, byproducts. Canned fish, fillet, fish in oil, tomato, own juice, with vegetables. To start a business in the production of canned vegetables or meat, it is important to find reliable suppliers of raw materials. It is better to buy products from local farmers. This will save on transportation. Canned food production process. In general, the process of cooking canned food is similar to how you make vegetable preparations for the winter at home. Preparation of raw materials. Products are washed, cut, inedible parts are removed. Preparation of brine, spices. Direct preparation of the dish often includes heat treatment, cooking, smoking, roasting. Packing, rolling up cans. Sterilization. Marking. The manufacturer sticks a label, puts the date of production, batch number. Then the finished products are put in boxes, sent to the warehouse or immediately to customers, to store shelves. What equipment do you need to open a cannery? There is a lot of special equipment that helps automate the canning process. Therefore, it is better to immediately find out what equipment is used by competitors, well-known manufacturers from other countries, to estimate the cost of different installations. A fully automated tape will cost you at least 10 million rubles. Only installation of packaging seaming costs about 2 million. If you buy equipment for business on canned food in parts, you will need autoclaves, equipment for automatic washing of containers, raw materials, steam generators, conveyor lines, packaging machines, machines for the production of lids, refrigerators, freezers. Part of the work can be done manually, for example, washing, cutting fish, packaging. Premises for canned food production. Having outlined a plan to start a canned business, it is important to find premises for an office, workshop, warehouses. The ideal option is the room where a similar plant, workshop was previously located. Standard requirements. Area, at least 300 square meters. Availability of water supply, air conditioning, heating systems. Location near the city, but not closer than 500 meters to residential buildings. Convenient location for transport arrival, including large trucks. Please note that the premises and equipment must be checked by Sanpin and fire inspection. Therefore, more detailed information about the requirements for them should be found on the websites of regulatory authorities in advance. Recruitment. When drawing up a business plan for the production of canned meat, vegetable or fish, be sure to write down the positions for the staff. Technologist, accountant, machine operators, movers, storekeepers, procurement managers, sales managers, marketer. Some specialists in the canned business can work remotely or be involved as needed, for example, a machine repair specialist, a system administrator. Sales of finished products and business profitability. Having figured out how to open a cannery, it is important to find a buyer for the finished product. There are several sales directions, you can choose one or combine several. Own points of sale, small stalls, shops inside the shopping center. Large retailers, small grocery stores. It is profitable to sign a contract with a network of such stores. Markets, hotels, restaurants, cafes. But it is not enough to transfer the product to the implementers. Brand recognition is of great importance for the canned business. Therefore, be sure to invest money in advertising. With this approach, it will be possible to recoup investments in 3 to 4 years. Canned food production as a business idea, how much you can earn. It is difficult to calculate a specific amount of income, as it depends on the assortment, production volumes, intensity of the plant. There is also seasonality in business. For example, canned vegetables are more actively bought from late autumn to early spring, while in the warm season the product is not in demand. On average, the net annual income of the canned business starts from 5 million rubles. But it will take a new enterprise at least a year to reach such indicators. To start earning immediately, contact Altera Invest Brokers. They will help you buy a promising working business. 5 reasons to open an IT company from scratch in Russia. A few years ago, IT specialists preferred to work online for Western companies, and Russian entrepreneurs registered IT businesses in foreign jurisdictions. Today, the situation has changed dramatically. The state is trying in every possible way to support investors who are ready to open an IT company in Russia. Thus, in March, the president signed a decree on the implementation of the third package of measures to support the IT industry. Thanks to this, there are 5 more good reasons to open an IT company. No income tax. Until the end of 2024, all IT businesses are completely exempt from the obligation to deduct 3% from sales to the state budget. Prohibition of business inspections by regulatory authorities. It is also introduced for 3 years. Preferential lending. Thinking about how to make money in the IT sphere, now you cannot be afraid to use borrowed funds. The maximum allowable credit rate for new and existing IT projects is 3%. Preferential mortgage. The government is also clarifying the list of categories of employees who will be able to apply for such assistance. Grants for Russian developers. They are now provided by 3 organizations at once: the Bortnik Foundation, the Skalkova Foundation and the RFRIT. The share of state funding for promising IT solutions and digital products created for the purpose of import substitution will reach 80% in the coming months. The amount of support is up to 500 million rubles. How to open an IT company from scratch. The formula for success of any IT business: a strong team plus large investments. Fortunately, promising startups today can count on tax benefits and serious financial support from the state. Therefore, if the idea is worthwhile, there is every chance not only to open an IT company, but also to make it successful. Nevertheless, a huge number of IT projects burn out in the first year. Due to management mistakes, marketing, low level of specialists. Therefore, Altera Invest Business Brokers warn, IT is a difficult niche. To achieve success here, the entrepreneur needs to carefully check each step, but at the same time be ready to respond quickly to changes in the situation. Where to start to make money in the IT sphere? The first thing to do is to determine which company you will open, outsourcing or grocery. Outsourcing specialists fulfill customer orders, create programs, websites. Products, develop their own programs, promote them, sell licenses. The following steps of a novice IT entrepreneur. Decide on the form of business. Both self-employed and individual entrepreneurs, LLC, can work in the niche. Select a tax system. An IT company can work on general or simplified systems. Learn all about investment attraction opportunities. It is almost impossible to open an IT company without serious investments. Therefore, one of the most difficult tasks of a digital entrepreneur is to find an investor. Enlist the support of an experienced lawyer. Since IT involves the creation of an intellectual product, it is rational to immediately create patents and confirm copyrights. Theft of promising ideas is a common situation in the market. Below we will take a closer look at other important points for opening an IT company. Competitor analysis. The main difficulty of the high-tech sphere is the highest competition. IT products are created for quite a long time. While you are developing the technology, a competitor company can release a similar development first. Therefore, it is very important to know your competitors, to understand what projects they are working on in order to choose a free niche. Paradoxically, but simultaneously with the protection of their developments, IT specialists need to exchange experience, constantly contact with colleagues. As practice shows, the more specialists of different profiles are involved in the project, the easier it is to open an IT company and achieve success. Therefore, do not be afraid to cooperate, find remote performers, create collaborations. In the long term, this will bypass more secretive competitors. Choice of direction, formation of a list of services. We will give 3 tips to help you decide which IT business to open. Analyze foreign market offers. Try to find a cool idea and then adapt it to the Russian market. For example, this is how the social network vKontakte was created. Find the real pain of a potential consumer. Thus, many dog breeders agree with the coolness of Apple's application for finding a babysitter for animals, but even before the sanctions, Russians rarely used the service because of their high cost. Conduct a preliminary test. You can assess the real demand for the idea with the help of surveys. The next step is to launch a free beta version. It is impossible to overestimate the importance of marketing in the IT sphere. If you ask the question of how to make money on IT technologies for veterans of the digital market, you will hear a categorical, hand the best salespeople and do not spare money for promotion. A competent marketing campaign will help to sell even unfinished technology. And the most promising idea will die quietly if potential consumers do not find out about it. Determination of the target audience. Before opening an IT company, you must clearly understand who is your buyer, consumer of the service, product. Customer orientation will allow you to improve the product, make it as convenient and useful as possible. Let's take a simple example. Let's say you create a cloud service for hotel management. Having created a prototype, do not be greedy. Provide a product for testing to working hotels for free. Work closely with hoteliers. It is with their help that you will understand what specific functions need to be connected, modified, removed. Stages of IT company registration. The preparatory stage of the launch ends with writing a detailed business plan. Then start legal registration. How to open an IT company from scratch on your own. Just move step by step. Decide on the business format. Will you start a business at your own expense or are you looking for investors? Will you become the sole owner or organize joint management? Select a brand name. To create a memorable name, use the help of PR specialists. And immediately evaluate the adaptability of the name to foreign markets. pass legal registration, register self-employment or other type of entrepreneurship that meets the chosen goals. Get licenses. Read the legislation to determine their need. Open a bank account. It is optimal if you immediately connect lawyers to the process. They will help to draw up documents correctly and avoid mistakes, which you can later regret. Startup capital. How much does it cost to open an IT company? Start a conversation in any company about how to make money in IT. Immediately hear a few stories about launching startups for $100. The reality is this: few cost minimal investments. In addition, in most cases, entrepreneurs then had a long unprofit period. While the product, service is under development, you will have to pay for the work of specialists, team training, maintenance, cloud storage, licenses to use programs, marketing research. Let during this period you be inspired by stories about how much they earn in the IT sphere. Don't be afraid to invest. Digital is the area where everything spent will definitely pay off. Features of the business of resale of goods. Let's start with the advantages of business. Their mass, minimum investments. To become an intermediary between the manufacturer and customers, you only need one thing: time. The ability to set the markup yourself. The markup is your earnings. Do not go too far. The market will be quickly filled by competitors with lower prices. No restrictions. You can sell anything. The main thing is to get a license if required by law. A large number of resale sites. It is especially worth highlighting online marketplaces. Here you can resell things even without registering entrepreneurship. Thinking about how to make money on the resale of goods? Get ready for the difficulties of such a business. First of all, it is high competition. In addition, you will have to look for suppliers yourself, as well as be responsible for the quality of the thing to customers. Startup capital. The minimum amount to launch an online store is 300,000 rubles. To open an offline store, you need at least 1 million. List of costs. Creation of a site, its content, for an online store. Rent, repair of premises, for an offline store. Legal registration of IE, LLC. Launch of an advertising campaign. Hiring employees. Purchase of goods. You can do without investments. To do this, study the scheme of work on dropshipping, and instead of creating a site, use your own pages on social networks. Unfortunately, even if you manage to find the most profitable product for resale on Instagram, free promotion methods will not be able to ensure a stable flow of the client. The income will be minimal, and you will still have to spend a lot of time. An alternative option between creating your own store, offline, online, and business without investments is cooperation with marketplaces. The scheme is simple. You buy products, take presentable photos, make an attractive description, create ads on marketplaces, accept orders. The promotion is carried out by the platform. You will have to pay a commission for successful transactions. The most profitable goods for resale. To earn large sums, you should not choose the cheapest offers. For example, one sale of a set of children's toys for playing in the sandbox with AliExpress will bring you up to 50 rubles. Accordingly, to get 50,000 rubles, you need to sell 1,000 such sets. The task is almost impossible. Therefore, in order to get a consistently high income, it is better to engage in large transactions. Here are some good options. Real estate. Buy back housing from bidding organized by courts, banks. Then apartments and houses can be resold at a market price. Cars. There are several options: redemption by hand or distillation of cars from other countries. Thinking about how to start earning on the resale of goods, think over the scheme of work in advance. For example, start by buying broken cars and reselling them after repair. And then start monitoring the situation in foreign markets. Jewelry. Taking into account the general drop in incomes of the population, bet on semi-precious stones, silver, high-quality jewelry. Electronics. Analyze the prices of suppliers and sellers to understand how much you can earn from reselling goods. A promising direction: the supply of equipment from Belarus, refrigerators, meat grinders from a friendly state are in high demand in Russia. Sports equipment. Offer customers home accessories, sports gum, mats, expanders, fitness clothing, sports nutrition, dietary supplements. Cosmetics. Expensive European brands have left the domestic market. The consumer is waiting for a worthy alternative, which can be, for example, cosmetics from South Korea. To accurately choose the most profitable products for resale in Russia, study the demand. The easiest way is to analyze queries in Google, Yandex search engines using Google Trends, Yandex. WordStat services. The second important point is the margin, surcharge, the difference between the retail price of the goods and the cost of purchase. The higher the indicator, the better. The minimum margin for normal business development is 20%. Only in this case will you be able to receive high income plus launch promotional offers, implement loyalty programs for regular customers. Search for suppliers of the most profitable goods for resale in Russia. Having decided on a specific product or niche, it remains to find suppliers. It is important that they offer comfortable prices, provide high-quality licensed goods with the possibility of return, adhere to pre-agreed delivery times. Your suppliers can be wholesale bases. They work offline, online. Aggregator sites, for example, Optlist, will help you find the right company. Auctions that sell bankrupt things. An example is Center R. Chinese marketplaces. You can buy goods on AliExpress, Taobao. Flea market. Even celebrities do not miss the opportunity to walk around such markets. Here you can buy expensive porcelain figurines, jewelry with a rich history, collectibles for a penny. An analog of Fleeks in the network is Avida and Eula bulletin boards. Manufacturing companies. Is it possible to earn a lot by reselling goods? It is possible if you establish cooperation with a factory, farm. The most popular direction of this year is the organization of deliveries of goods from China. Manufacturers of the Celestial Empire actively occupy empty niches of the Russian market. And you can help them with that. Sites for implementation. Own website. You can create an online store yourself with the help of free designers. But it is better to entrust promotion in search engines to professionals. Offline store. Requires more investment. The geography of buyers is limited. Marketplaces. Allow you to place goods for free or for a commission from sales. Popular venues, Wildberries, Lamoda, Ozone, Esper Market. Social networks. They allow you to work with your own profiles, advertise the product in stories, news feed. If you have found the most profitable product for resale from China, start selling it on social networks. And if it goes, you can think about creating your own platform. Bulletin boards. They allow you to sell almost any goods, placing ads even for free. The most popular sites are Avida, Eula. Choose a site based on the specifics of the product, the target audience. Use several sites at once, so the chance of establishing a stable flow of customers is higher. How to get around competitors. How to start earning on the resale of goods in a highly competitive market. Use advertising. The exception is placing ads on marketplaces. Here the goods will be advertised by the site itself. In other cases, apply targeted advertising of social networks, search engines, Advertising from bloggers, loyalty programs, bonus systems. External advertising. Possible business risks on resale. Low quality. At first, personally check the goods of suppliers. Delivery problems. Work only with reliable delivery services that are ready to be responsible for damage or loss of the parcel. Lack of demand. Even the most profitable product for resale from China or South Korea may not be in demand. And there are a lot of reasons for this: a decrease in solvency of the population, fashion change, oversaturation of the market. It is impossible to reduce risks to zero, but it is possible to reduce the likelihood of failure. To do this, conduct an in-depth market research, study demand, make a detailed business plan, calculating both costs and estimated profits. How much can you earn on reselling goods? The earnings of entrepreneurs in this area range from 10,000 rubles to several million. The amount of profit is determined by the amount of time devoted to business, investments in advertising, cost, demand for products. Ads for the sale of an existing business from Altera Invest will help you assess the profitability of the business idea. To find the right offer, go to our catalog. How to make money on the resale of goods. Popular schemes. In total, there are 3 main schemes that entrepreneurs use when reselling goods. Speculation or net resale. Look for where it is cheaper to buy, then try to sell as much as possible. Quality improvement. For example, repair a broken car and sell it much more expensive. Partner. Advertise the product, get a percentage of sales. How to make money on the resale of goods from China. AliExpress. The site allows you to earn in 2 ways. Ordering and reselling things on your own website, in the store. Affiliate program. You only need to advertise ads of the AliExpress website. Unfortunately, Chinese products are often of low quality, do not meet these characteristics. In addition, parcels are often lost on the way to the customer. Therefore, for successful work with AliExpress, it is important to first study the product, reach the direct manufacturer and sign a cooperation agreement with him. How to make money on the resale of Avida goods. The main advantage of Avida is free placement of ads. Minus, a huge number of competing offers. To succeed here, it is important not only to find profitable products for resale, but also not to spare effort on the design of ads. Use popular key queries in descriptions. Provide customers with the most complete information about the goods. Take high-quality photos yourself. It is important to establish a convenient and profitable delivery system. It is not necessary to create your own warehouse. Drop shipping works perfectly. Well, if you are not ready to take risks when launching the project from scratch, go to the Altera Invest catalog. There are hundreds of offers for the sale of ready-made business, among which you will surely find the right one. Features of the business idea of alcohol production. The decisive thing in the alcohol business is an idea. Nobody wants to buy just cognac. People crave a holiday, emotions, as well as a clear justification for why they should choose your drinks. Offer customers the purest vodka on the water from mountain streams. Classic shit for real men. Elevated vodka for those who like hot. Thinking about how to open alcohol production, get ready for a constant struggle with competitors. Invest a large amount in advance in the promotion of the brand, products. Discuss cooperation with large supermarkets that will help to establish sales. Without understanding where the finished products will be sent, it makes no sense to start a business. Market research. Thinking about how to open alcohol production, it is important to study market supply. Find out what products are filled with the market of the region. Who occupies a leading position among regional manufacturers, what technologies they use, how massively the product is produced. Who is a national domestic monopolist? Whether the import has been preserved. What products are missing. As the picture clears up, you will accurately determine the promising direction. All that remains is to polish the chosen concept. A great option is to spy on ideas in foreign markets. Many of them can be adapted to the Russian consumer. The advantage of launching such a startup is the lack of competition. Registration of the enterprise. Register an individual entrepreneur or LLC immediately. In the question of how to open alcohol production in Russia, it is important to choose the right tax payment system. A simplified system with two options will do. 6% of total income. 15% of net profit. Use OKVED code 1591 production of distilled alcoholic beverages. Be sure to study all the requirements of GOST and international requirements for alcoholic beverages. Alcohol licensing in Russia. In Russia, not only artisanal production of alcohol is prohibited, but also the manufacture of alcohol containing products without an appropriate license. The state strictly controls entrepreneurs who produce alcohol and withdraws licenses if it finds low-quality products on the shelves. Therefore, one of the main stages of solving the problem of how to open alcohol production is obtaining a license. This is a complex process. You need to pre-organizing a workshop that meets all the requirements of Sanpin, because alcohol is a food product. It is important to use certified equipment. In addition, you will have to pass a fire inspection, as alcohol-containing drinks belong to the category of flammable. You will also need certificate of compliance of your product with quality standards. Obtaining a certificate is not a mandatory procedure, but the presence of a document will greatly simplify the search for buyers, make export possible. Excise stamps, they will need to be bought. Production technology. When launching alcohol production as a business, the first thing to start with is the study of technology. The standard process of creating strong drinks looks like this. Sugar and yeast are placed in special brace containers, poured with clean distilled water. The fermentation process takes about a week, thanks to which alcohol is formed in the mixture, up to 15%. The alcohol-containing mixture is distilled through a special device in which alcohol first evaporates and then condenses back into the liquid. The resulting product is additionally subjected to fractional distillation to purify and obtain high-quality ethyl alcohol. Add all kinds of fillers to alcohol, achieving the right strength of the product, intended taste. Changes are permissible in the described technology, but only towards improving the qualities of the final product. Investments and monthly costs. Those who have been following the development of the industry for a long time are well aware of examples of how entrepreneurs managed to start producing strong alcohol, having no more than 1:1.5 million rubles in their hands. Indeed, this is the amount with which you can safely launch a small workshop. The money will go to legal registration of the enterprise, rent or purchase of premises for a workshop, repair, purchase of equipment, recruitment of personnel, purchase of raw materials, sugar, yeast, purchase of containers, organization of storage, transportation of products, marketing. The minimum amount of monthly expenses reaches 450,000 rubles. These are expenses for salary, payment of taxes, rent, utilities, advertising, campaigning, sales of finished products and expected profit. Do you think how to start an alcohol business? Don't forget about the main thing. Think about who you will sell ready-made drinks to. Your customers can be shops, supermarkets, restaurants, cafes, hotels. You can also open your own retail store, but it is important to create diversity for the market to work, otherwise the revenue will be small. The net profit of strong alcohol producers in Russia starts from 250,000 rubles per month. Thus, you will be able to recoup the initial investment in less than 6 months. How to open the production of alcoholic beverages, buying a factory. Unfortunately, it is impossible to say that alcohol business is a win-win idea. There is very high competition in the market, so the wrong concept, the mistakes of the marketing strategy can become fatal for a new enterprise. A much less risky option is to buy an existing plant. In this case, you will have at your disposal ready-made technology, branded recipes and an established sales process. Well, Altera Invest brokers will always help you find a favorable offer.